Hey, this is Sandro with SignalFire. This video is about the Ranger AirQ. It's part of the Ranger family of products that uses cellular network to communicate to the cloud a measurement. In this case, the measurement will be a gas. This Ranger AirQ is equipped with a methane MEM sensor that will measure methane and transmit it over to the SignalFire cloud or over to your cloud. In order for the Ranger AirQ to do its function, you need to configure it. There's some basic configuration that needs to be done, and that configuration can be accomplished with the Ranger Toolkit, or you can use the web app, the SignalFire Cloud, to fully set it up and communicate and integrate it with the SignalFire Cloud. How do you do this? Well, first, the product comes with a USB cable. I'm going to connect the USB cable over here, and you're going to see if it's connected to your computer when the green light turns on. So the green light is on. It is connected to the PC. Next, I'm going to launch the Ranger Toolkit. So launch the Ranger Toolkit, and I'm going to click the button Open. The software will then populate all the settings from the Ranger. And the first thing you need to do is give the Ranger AirQ a name, some useful name that will then show up into the SignalFire cloud or to your cloud. So in this case, I typed in AirQ Methane, Sandro, Test, and then hit the Apply button. The name has been changed. That's the first thing. The second thing we're going to be doing is going to the different modes that the Ranger AirQ offers. So the Ranger offers a mode called Emissions, and the other mode is called Continuous. So emissions, it's going to measure every 15 minutes and report the value. And then if the value crosses a threshold, then the Ranger AirQ can go faster. In continuous mode, well, the Ranger AirQ continuously powers the methane sensor and therefore measures methane all the time. Okay. And it's going to report by exception. It can also report at the set interval the actual measurements. The other part is if you go to the gas tab. So I click on the gas tab. So in this gas tab, this is where you have the choice between emissions or continuous. Just be aware that depending on the mode, the battery life will be different. Emissions mode will last longer than continuous mode because in the case of continuous mode, the sensor is drawing power continuously. So roughly the battery life is, about 1.5 years with continuous mode versus about 3 years with the emissions mode. You can check the box report by exception, and here you're going to put in a concentration level that you wish to have an alarm generated, and also change the cadence or the pace of how often it reports. So I've put over here 200 ppm. I hit apply, and the threshold now is going to be used, by the Ranger. If you want to see the measurements, they're shown on the right side. You can see the battery voltage, the temperature of the board, but obviously the concentration ppm and the type of gas. The sensor offers also other measurements that could be super useful in to augment what you're monitoring, like the ambient temperature, the atmospheric pressure, the relative humidity, and the absolute humidity. All of these measurements are part of the message whenever the Ranger publishes its data to the cloud. So I've configured it using the Ranger Toolkit software. Now let me show you how to configure it, do the same thing, but using the SignalFire cloud. You can watch our other video of how to claim a Ranger to the SignalFire cloud. So for the purpose of this video, I've previously claimed it to my account. And the screen over here shows the Ranger that has been claimed to my account. You can see the tile, the gas concentration tile. The gas concentration tile, if you click on the gear icon, this is where you can set the mode, emissions, continuous, change the threshold. So if I go to the type of mode, I click the drop down. As you can see, I can change between emissions or continuous. If I change it to continuous, I just click the apply button. And whenever the SignalFire cloud is blinking yellow, that means that the message is being sent to the ranger and then waiting for acknowledgement by the ranger. Okay. So the change has changed to green, or the modification has been confirmed. And now the Ranger AirQ is in continuous mode. If you want to test your gas, use like a methane test gas, you can simply take the test gas and simulate that test gas underneath here, and then force the measurement to be taken by clicking either the check-in button here, or you can click the button on the screen in the cloud application by clicking the button Force Report. And then the Ranger AirQ will be forced to take a sample, measure, and display on the web application. In summary, the Ranger AirQ is equipped with a gas sensor, methane. The Ranger AirQ powers the sensor, makes the measurement, and can send it either continuously or by exception. Watch our other videos on our YouTube channel, and make sure you stay on top of all of our documentation on signal-fire.com. Thank you very much.